I love riding my bike, and living in Florida allows me to do it just about year-round. So, here's 5 brilliant bike life hacks. I've owned Nikon cameras my entire life, so I was excited when the folks at Nikon sent me 2 of their newest cameras, the Key Mission 170 and Key Mission 360. The Key Mission 170 gives you a 170-degree angle of view shooting in 4K, and it's waterproof to 33 feet and shockproof to 6.5 feet. And the Key Mission 360 is a true 360-degree camera shooting in 4K. Waterproof, shockproof, and freeze-proof. It's easy to use. And I'll link one of the projects I shot in 360 so you can see how awesome it is. Now, let's get on to today's mission, 5 brilliant life hacks for your bike. Keeping the moving parts on your bike clean is important, and one of those dirtiest parts is your chain. For this first one, you'll need 2 cheap dollar toothbrushes and a couple of zip ties. The toothbrushes will go brush to brush, and then you'll use one zip tie to secure them and the other zip tie closer to the bottom to make sure these toothbrushes stay in place. Once you've got them together, it's time to put them to work. Using a little bit of degreaser, these 2 toothbrushes will make cleaning your chain a breeze. It gets both sides and also inside the links. And you can just hit it with some degreaser when you're done and a rag, and the toothbrushes are ready for the next cleaning day. Now, this next one might get your bike back if it's stolen and you haven't spent the money to have an engraved identification on it. This one is free. It's going to require removing one of your grips, and in my case, I need an Allen wrench, of which I have a couple of them. I don't know why I have this many. So I'll remove the one tightening screw on the end, and when that's loose, this little cap comes off, revealing a hollow area inside my handlebar. Then I created a tiny note that has my name, address, and phone number on it. Folded that up and placed it inside this area inside my handlebar and put the cap back in place. Now I can easily identify that this bike is mine if it ever gets stolen and recovered by the police. And this little security cost me nothing. While I don't live where it snows, some of you do, so get a handful of zip ties ready for this next one. This one is easy and it'll take you about 5 minutes to do. Taking a zip tie, we're going to wrap it around the wheel, then I secured it with the lock nub on the tread side. Continue doing this in every spoke gap all the way around the wheel. Again, to get the full effect of the traction, you want to secure the little nub part that locks the zip tie together at the bottom of the tread of the tire. When you're done, you've created an awesome grip for those snowy days. You'll get traction like never before with this one. Now, here's another simple security tip that's cheap and easy to do. All you need is a really small padlock like this one. Just by running the lock through your chain link, you prevented the chain from going around the sprocket. Yeah, they could probably pull the chain off, but this next one I'll show you won't even allow that. If you can, put the lock through the chain and then around your front derailleur. That'll hold the chain in place from even moving. A simple and tiny way to secure your bike. Okay, so this next one is just for fun, and kids will love it. I went to my local home improvement store and picked up a bunch of these free paper paint samples. I picked them in kind of a rainbow color that matches the color of my beach cruiser, and I divided them up in color groups to make the process easier. I began by laying the lightest color in place on top of 2 spokes, and I folded in the corners and then used a stapler to secure it in place. Then I continued around in the same process until this side of the wheel was done. Then I went to the other side of the wheel and repeated the process. Now you can see there's gaps here and those need to be filled in, so that's the second part of this. Using matching colors, I'll lay them in place, and it's simple enough to just use some invisible Scotch tape to hold them in place. And as we continue around the wheel, you can see the color wheel forming. Our paint chip color wheels are done. I think it looks really cool, and this is what it looks like while it's rolling. But you really need to see this in 360. So I shot some footage with my Key Mission 360 camera, and there's a link in the description where you can check that footage out. it looks pretty awesome, and it was a beautiful day to go for a bike ride. Well, I hope you enjoyed these life hacks for your bike. Try them out and let me know how it goes. Don't forget to check out the Key Mission 360 footage. Thanks for watching. We'll